Hey y'all, it's Dan. Time for another late night video, beginning to be a habit these days. And another story about a fast car. I did a story about a 5-year-old who borrows the family SUV to go to California to buy a Lamborghini. So this story is about a Washington police catch a drunk driver going 192 miles an hour on his way to breakfast. Think about that. A drunk driver going 192 miles an hour doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't know how you could drive 192 miles an hour drunk. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So, police in Snohomish, usually it's WA, but they say Wash. That's the old abbreviation for Washington. Arrested a drunk driver early Sunday morning after he was caught going 192 miles an hour on a mostly two-lane highway where the maximum speed limit is 60. So 192 minus 60 is 132, that number for United States of America. And that's an important number in this decode and concept. United States of America 132. And I'm going to talk about these numbers as well. So, Trooper H. Axman tweeted that the 31-year-old told the arresting officer that he was on his way to get breakfast when he was spotted on the Stevens Pass Highway at 7:45. Stevens Pass Highway. Let's look that up. 93 Saturn number. And it's interesting for a reason I'll tell you a bit later. Keep that 93 in mind at Stevens Pass Highway. The name of this guy, he's the PR information officer, Trooper H. Axman, and equals 190. And I looked up the maximum speed of a Chevy Corvette is 190, the top speed. I don't know if you can see that. I'll make that bigger. Make it even bigger. So the maximum speed is 190 miles an hour. And the trooper's name equals 190 or 19, that number of chaos. That's kind of what the story is about. People driving 190 miles an hour or drunk. You're talking about chaos. So Axman told the driver that he was behind the wheel of a 2008 Chevrolet Corvette and charged with DUI and reckless driving. Washington is one of several states that has reported an increase in very high-speed driving tied to a reduction in traffic due to stay-at-home orders in place to help slow the spread of coronavirus. So last week they say that Michigan State Police arrested the driver of a Dodge Challenger going 100 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone on I-75. Just more numbers. 180 and a 70. 180. Just take away the zero and it's 187. And this has become because of the stay-at-home order. Stay-at-home order equals 187. Also, there's 187 books in the Torah. So that's interesting. So I mentioned about the 5-year-old boy taking off with his parents' SUV to go buy a Lamborghini. Look at Lamborghini and Corvette. Lamborghini 108, Corvette 108. Also 63 Lamborghini. Company started in 63. Corvette 36. Didn't really look about when they developed the Corvette. $72,000. Just over $72,000. Let's look at the Corvette. Chevy Corvette. History of the Chevy Corvette, maybe. Introduced in 53. Interesting. First production was on June 30th, a day with 36 numerology. 6 plus 30, 36. 89 and 19. I think it was 100 and 630. 630, 1953. A day with 108 numerology, like Corvette. The 181st day of the year, right? The 42nd prime. Also a day with 89 numerology. Right, 66 years ago from this story. So very interesting. Corvette founded on a day with, the first one comes out on a day with 36 numerology. So let's move on. So fast cars, people speeding on highways, chaos. This happened on Sunday the 3rd, which leaves 242 days left in the year. Story about the Washington police, 242. And Washington police, a little bit of a typo here, but it's got all the letters. Washington police and 2008 Chevrolet Corvette both equal 91. Speeding because of stay-at-home orders, also 91. Bunch of 91s there. The reflection of 19. The top speed's 190 miles an hour. Stay-at-home orders also equals 226. Remember I was talking about 93 before? 2008 Chevrolet Corvette 226. And the whole thing with 93. Oh, look, Michigan State Police want to wait like Lamborghini and Corvette. Lamborghini and Corvette. Right. Where was it? Oh, it was over here. Stevens Pass Highway 93. So if you write out 226, it equals 93. 226 equals 93. See that? Also 291, the reflection of 192, supposedly going 192 miles an hour. Very interesting. So stay-at-home orders, 226, 2008 Chevrolet Corvette 226, Stevens Highway. Stevens Pass Highway equals 93. You write out 226, it equals 93. Also 291, the reflection of 192. Supposedly it was going 192 on that highway. It's all coming together now. Even more so now, drunk driver in Snohomish, WA. This is how you should say it. 144. Drunk driver 63, right? He was driving a Corvette 36, reflection of 63. Also, both 153, both 72. I think they cost over $72,000, these cars. They're also Jesuit numbers. And Snohomish Wash, the way they wrote it, is 63. And also Snohomish Wash 90 and Chevrolet Corvette 90. That's why we're talking about these two areas. So Snohomish makes me think about the coronavirus, right? First case, supposedly, confirmed the first case was in Snohomish County, a 35-year-old man, unnamed, on January 21st. And, because of the coronavirus, they have these stay-at-home orders, where there's no traffic on the roads and people are going fast even if they're drunk. So this happened on, January 21st or 1/21. Look at the coordinates for Snohomish County. 121 west, 48 north. And Snohomish equals 48. Snohomish 48. I'll get to this number too. So Snohomish was founded on the 14th of January, 1861, over 58,000 days later, the first case in the U.S. In fact, to be precise, it was 58,081 days ago. And that's interesting because that's the square root of 241. It's 258,081. Square root is 241. And 241 is the 53rd prime. And the story comes out on May 3rd. A 35-year-old man, unnamed man, 35, the reflection of 53. If you're right, a 35-year-old man, it equals 53. Interesting. Coincidence, 5 and 3, 5. Right? Look at 5's relationship to 3. 5 is the third prime number. 5 and 3 are linked. And then you can just take 241. 241 reflection is 142, coronavirus, the first confirmed case of coronavirus. On the 58th, on the 58,081st day of Snohomish County's existence, which is the square root is 241. The reflection of 142, coronavirus 142. I mean, could this have been planned out that long? I don't know. Snohomish County. Also 74, 187. We were talking about that number before. Of course, this is a death number. Coronavirus 70. And we were talking about, what was it? He was doing 180 in a 70-mile-an-hour zone, 187. This is in Michigan, some other person. And it occurs to me that event 201 was October 19th, I believe. October 19th, which was the, had something to do with 291. Let's take a look at this. October 19th. Or no, the 18th, my bad. Yeah, it's October 18th, the 291st day of the year. Right? What was 291 before? That was, to write out 226, stay-at-home order equals 226, stay-at-home orders. In 2008, Chevrolet Corvette equals 226. Wow, tangled web we weave here. So then I thought, well, from the first case to the story is 103 days. Coronavirus pandemic equals 103. equals 103 with the S exception. Of course, 103, the 27th prime, like a ritual. And reflection of 72, the car supposedly is over $72,000. This is so also 103 is 13. The 2008 Chevrolet Corvette equals 91, just like Washington Police equals 91, which has a relationship to 13. 91 is the 13th triangular number. 7 times 13 is 91. And Washington Police also 91. Right? Washington Police 91. And 190. Supposedly the car can only do 190. And of course, Washington 130. The 13 ever present. And very interesting. So there's more to it. So 91, as I mentioned before, the 13th triangular number, it is super big. Stay-at-home orders, remember? It's 91. So Snohomish equals 42 as well. And when the first case happened on a day with 42 numerology, so how fitting, Washington, the 42nd state. And look what he was charged with. It equals the United States of America. Remember we were talking about 132 before? It's almost a perfect match. Look at that. The States of America, 228. DUI and reckless driving, 228. Also 102. 339, 132, almost a complete match. DUI and reckless driving. United States of America, that's what we're all about. So 159 years ago, the county was founded, and he was speeding because of empty roads and social distancing. Social distancing, 159 and 102, just like United States of America, just like DUI and reckless driving. Social distancing. County counted on the 14th. Look at that. There's 822,000 people. A reflection of 228. Kind of like the United States of America, kind of like DUI and reckless driving. The seat of Snohomish is Everett, which is funny because my cousin lives there, and I was recently there. January 14th, 1861. So January 14th leaves 351 days left in the year. Dead equals 14, right? 351, the 26th triangular number. And when the first case of coronavirus, first confirmed case, has 26 numerology. Virus equals 26. Virus 26. Also 35, right? Just an unnamed 35-year-old man has the virus. And there he is. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Very interesting. So a day with 27 numerology, like a ritual. We're just talking about that number 89, like virus. Started in 53. So, interesting if you see more stories about people getting arrested for driving too fast and people, generally rebelling. I don't know how you drive drunk and go 192 miles an hour, though. It just sounds like another made-up story, from a long line of made-up stories. That's your mainstream media. Made-up story land. breakfast. We even look at jail food. Let's look at jail food. Hopefully he'd like jail food. People are so quick to just make fun of people. Jail food, 36 and 144. Like drunk driving, like Snohomish. Well, what else was 144? Snohomish. Yeah, Corvette, 36. Cost $72,000. Gonna start eating jail food, and he was caught on 7:45. The number of ritual again, another numerical ritual, or just a coincidence. Picture of me. Have a great evening, everybody. Talk to you later. Good morning, afternoon, whatever's going on. Stay safe. Be good. Love one another.